Afternoon. I should have worn my head microphone, I think. Anyway, it's a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas, where a limited crowd's beginning to show up for South by Southwest. I guess Tech Week's about to begin. The weather's been dreadful for many months here. I am about to return to my home county to resume the pursuit of civil cause number 30,418 in the 21st District Court, in which Raw Frank Kruger is about to find out that my entire county hates his guts. You're not getting no change of venue, Raw Frank Kruger. You're screwed. You screwed the pooch. You screwed yourself. You screwed your whole life. Don't try to put it on me. Don't try to take it out on me. You really can't. You really cannot do what you did and get away with it just because I told the truth and hurt your feelings. Now, I want to go off because I want to keep this short. I'm just required to post every 60 days by YouTube rules. And I want to, oh God, jeez, fucking UPS. Yeah, shut that fucker off. I've always, all my life, having had quite a bit of experience, because really to understand and study the human soul, the psyche, you have to talk to everybody. All classes, all kinds of people. You got to talk to people you wouldn't use as toilet paper. And I've always thought that most people, because most of the people that are homeless they're really only homeless living in the streets because that's where the action is, and they exhibit what we call time sucks, or psychic vampires that need to feed. There's a lot of people with psychiatric disabilities in which they must have human contact or they feel like they just disappear. And that's a phenomenon I know I've commented on before. That's why a lot of people have pets. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Anyway, what I'm really beginning to have a deeper understanding. And what I'm seeing is like straight out of the Beatles, like all of the lonely people, where do they come from? I'm surrounded by people who actually have places to go and to be out of this. But what I see over and over again, because I just kind of sit here, I do my thing, I'm physically handicapped. I'm limited, although I'm a badass if you're attacking me, and I'll get to that at the end maybe. What I see over and over again in these people, I don't have that genetic. I don't have that gene. I don't have the loneliness gene. I'm a very gregarious person, but I just don't have that loneliness gene. I'm perfect. I'm like the kind of guys that end up spending their lifetime alone in laboratories or in other shops and stuff like that. With, the great inventors of the world, the writers, the creators, stuff like that. That's we often have people that do covert ops. If you know anybody that's been in clandestine services and stuff like that, they pick people like me. We don't really get homesick. We might love having a home, but we don't get homesick. We don't get we don't have that loneliness problem. And that's what I'm seeing over and over again. Excuse me, sir. No, I ain't got a cigarette. Okay. Welcome to YouTube. You're live on YouTube globally, worldwide. Another moocher. So I'm beginning to realize that a lot of what's going on here is genetic. It's these people, they just have this crushing, almost suicidal need to be with humans, even people that don't like them, that clearly let them know that they don't like them, but they just have that. I'll point this out as like a final note. I remember as a young man watching a movie called Bobby Deerfield, starring Al Pacino, about a famous race car driver, and he was like getting ready for a race, and he was jogging through the hills of beautiful Rome, and then he spotted this priest tending a garden, and he goes in and sits down on like the stone wall with it's an elevated bed garden, And the priest looks over at him and says, "May I help you, my son?" Or and Pacino just kind of looks off into space at that 1,000-yard stare and says, "I just wanted to not be alone," or something like a line to that effect. I'm beginning to see that so much of the homelessness situation and the street people thing is everywhere from Australia. Or Australia, they have people that have government housing, they have unlimited unemployment and dole, and yet they choose to leave that housing and go in the streets and smoke ice, just like here, and be with people that they can't even stand. It's people that steal from them stuff they wouldn't tolerate otherwise. There's something about the human character which I'm glad I don't have. There's so many of you out there, and I'm beginning to understand it. That millions of you have killed yourself out of loneliness. And you know what? God blessed me by not cursing me with that gene. I love being around people. I'm very gregarious, but I want everybody to remind you, I don't need you unless you're like another scholar or you're contributing something to my life. To just be in your presence and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna kill it right there.